What is happening, you wonderful people? Again, no morning show, guys. It's been a hell of a week at work, but I did say if I don't do one in the morning, I will do one in the afternoon. Press conference, guys. I just caught up with Ange Postecoglou's press conference. Really good press conference. I know it went back and forth a little bit with the Liverpool, the VAR reaction. Spoke a little bit about the under-21s, which I was quite intrigued. I know, like he said, that, you know, it's all about the development of the player rather than like training the system. But it's good that we have a situation where our under-21s play a similar system to the first team. So when we are injury stricken, like we have at the moment, especially in one area, it seems to be like all in the wide areas, it will enable for youngsters to come to the from the under-21s into the first squad, into the first team squad, and without, you know, knowing the system quite well. So it does help, and hopefully that will be the beginning of something great with some of the youngsters perhaps coming through the season. Let's hope that happens. I'll be intrigued to see how that one develops. But yeah, he's spoken a little bit about the whole VAR thing, and you know, the only one that's actually defended the referees by saying, you know what, they made a mistake, man. At the end of the day, we can bash them as much as they want. Managers, players, fans, you, me, we all make mistakes. VAR is not sure. Does it have to be reviewed? There's certain things have to be reviewed. Absolutely. Should they have taken perhaps 30 seconds more to really understand what was said during the VAR rather than just rushing the decisions to get the game playing straight away? Should they have taken perhaps a minute? Yeah, it might have irritated you, me, and everyone else in the stadium and wherever you are in the world watching the game. It might have irritated you, but if it meant getting to the right decision, then we would have saved ourselves all this week's this week's, what is it, media circus on it all, and the bashing that the refs have had to take over. I just find it really unfair, because like I said, players, managers alike make mistakes, and you know, you quickly got to move on. And I don't feel that whilst I understand the things that need to be looked at and how, you know, even the audio, we got to accept that it's done, and we hope that this scenario does not happen again in the future. Certainly try to limit the chances of it happening again. But yeah, regarding to Luton, look, man, it's a game that we can't take underhand. I think Postecoglou realises that it's an important game. You know, it was asked about, you know, Luton are doing well. They've got a striker that's, you know, that looks really a tough cookie up top. The dynamics of the ground and the pitch size and the stuff like that. And Postecoglou answered correctly, you know, saying that we've got to impose our game, play our game, no matter with the venue, no matter the team, no matter the opponent, whatever the case, home and away, we need to play and do our thing and impose ourselves in our football and carry it wherever we go. So that's a good, you know, good thing. Like the thing is, after you've played games like Arsenal and then Liverpool, you know, you really don't want to lose that focus and concentration, and perhaps without sometimes even realising that you're doing it, not take the team as seriously. And I think Luton need to be taken absolutely as seriously as possible, and approach that game in the same way you would against Arsenal, because up for grabs are exactly the same thing, 3 points. So for me, it's super important that we go to the break, we go to the international break having claimed all 3 points. I think it's important to not to lose that momentum. Also, he spoke a little bit about going into the international. He spoke a little bit about, you know, you've got to speak to Jurgen Klinsmann and things like that to try and give Son manage the time, then manage the minutes that perhaps he plays. And he rightly says, look, it's not his job to interfere with international teams, managers and players. That's something, you know, that Son is a professional. He knows if he's right. He will know if he you know, if there's any decisions that be made, that he can make that with Jurgen Klinsmann, the manager of South Korea. and that could be the case for a lot of the internationals, you know, representing their respective nations all over the world. An international that is coming back, an Argentinian international, will be back in the squad, our Gio Lo Celso, which is great news to have in a lot of the games that we've been playing. I feel like, you know, where Maddison has been struggling on a physical, you know, sometimes has to be taken, we haven't had somebody that can come on for him, and the fact that we get Gio Lo Celso back at a really important time for us will be great. Hopefully he doesn't go to international duty, stays at Hotspur way and recover properly so he can be absolutely ready when Premier League resumes. And I think he'll be a really valuable alternative to have coming from the bench in place of Maddison, sometimes even playing with Maddison. So great news that Postecoglou spoke about him and Gil's return. Gil's return is coming at a time where we're exactly being hit in like Postecoglou said, we've been hit. It seemed to be in one area, which is the wide areas, particularly the left hand side. First with Perisic, another one that's looks like we're gonna make an agreement for him to join Hijack Split in January. So we're not likely to see Perisic back in a Spurs shirt, even if he does come back from injury. Looks like that deal will be done in January. So where we've been hit with Perisic's injuries, now Mana Solomon's injury, we have Richie, we have Kulu, who've been playing in the wide areas. Son can play there, like Postecoglou rightly says, but it's important to have another alternative at least to have coming off the bench in Bryan Gil. So it's good that both Gio and Gil are both available for the Luton game. Guys, that's the news that Postecoglou, I think, you know, he handles the press conferences really well. He's always doesn't get drawn into the whole VAR thing. Doesn't get drawn in. Always stays in one piece. It gives the signs of being absolutely focused on the job at hand. Doesn't waver from that. Be interested. At the moment when things are going great, brilliant. I'd be interested if he keeps that same sort of composure, not wavering, staying on the money, even when things perhaps are not going so great. I'd be interested to know that side of his character when perhaps a long may continue, you know, the good run. But you know for a fact that when it does happen, I'll be interested to know how he deals with that and how he deals with the press conferences and how he stays on the money. Let's keep an eye out for that. But let me know your thoughts on Postecoglou's press conference and how you took it. What interesting facts did he come up with, or interesting perhaps says that he come up with that you like the sound of? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget, guys, the Friday night live show, lock it in. We'll be going live tonight. Make sure you lock it in. Activate the notification bell, guys. You guys are subscribing in numbers, and we thank you for that. Me and the whole team, we thank you for joining us. Welcome for the new guys that have joined us recently. But do not forget to activate notification bell so you know when any videos are uploaded or we go live. Let me know your thoughts. Yet again, and we'll say it again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, forever always, come on, you Spurs!
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.